Oh, hey, Sam.
How are we doing?
I'm here. I made it in the building.
You did. You did. This must be very exciting for you.
It's very exciting. I never get to talk to you.
No.
You do some serious political talk on this show.
How do you know? What do you mean? Well, you've done some serious political talk. I've seen that. We might have some other radio show might have gotten a lot of credit for talking about hot sauce or something, but Hot 97 has had Bernie Sanders on and Hillary Clinton on.
That's right.
You've done a great job of getting these candidates.
Fine.
You have journalist beef with Phil Mushnik.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Phil Mushnik, for those that don't know,
Bad guy.
is a report. Bad guy. Bad guy. Bad guy. That's a Donald Trumpism, by the way.
Bad guy.
Not a great guy. This Phil Mushnik, let me tell
There's
you
two
something.
kind of people.
He's a bad
terrific
guy.
people and bad
He's a
guys.
bad guy.
And he's a bad guy.
And I'll
He's
tell
a
you.
great guy to have a nickname set up for. Though.
Oh, yeah. Seriously. Mushnick?
Yeah,
a lot of...
Mushy Mushnik, not a great guy. He's a bad guy. He's done a lot of bad things, and we'll find out about those. But, and you just keep going. But here's what happened. Chance the Rapper is an up-and-coming star.
That's right. Good way to put it.
He was named the White Sox. What was it? Like youth ambassador.
Exactly.
Okay.
Some little nominal nice things.
So
you
it's
do.
basically just somebody that the kids like. You're going to tell them that you like the White Sox,
Which he already did because he wears the hat all the time, etc.
right? And hopefully the kids will start watching baseball again.
Exactly, because no young people or non-white people who are younger than 50 watch baseball.
Right. I mean, Adrian over here, he's like the biggest sports fan in the world. I'm like, Adrian, who plays for the Dodgers? He's like, what's the Dodgers? He has no interest. He said baseball. Why don't you watch baseball?
Sucks.
Okay, see, because it sucks.
Thank you, Adrian.
He just shrugs and
Conversation's over.
goes, sucks.
That was easy.
Good point. Chance the Rapper obviously doesn't think it sucks, but Phil Mushnik thought it sucked that Chance the Rapper was going to be the ambassador for the White Sox. Peter Rosenberg, who not only is the morning show host on Hot 97, but also does the news report on the Michael Kay show.
Well, I'm on from 4 to 7.
Okay.
But yes, my 6 o'clock is my thing, the evening nightly news.
Okay.
A name of a thing I think you'd like. It's the name of a show after your own heart, a segment after your own heart. Evening nightly news. It feels very
it's
Sam
just a
Roberts.
bit much,
Yeah,
but I like that.
That's up your alley.
Like, it's like, let's
the
throw...
the evening and nightly news, both.
I like words.
Exactly. So, but
It's
yes,
the evening news. It happens every night.
Right.
So it's nightly.
The evening and nightly news.
Right. So you go on your evening nightly news.
That's right.
On the Michael Kay show on ESPN Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, maybe that's why you don't like Kurt Schilling, but I'll ask you about that in a minute. And you go, Phil Mushnik, you basically said he's an asshole. Is that right?
More or less, yes.
Yes,
I
yes.
didn't say in those words, but yes.
You said he was wrong.
I said this was tired. This is the same, like, stupid, boring.
You called him the worst thing you can call a man, which is an old white man.
Yeah.
You said that.
I said it. I was like, this is an old white guy who doesn't know what's what, didn't do his research, and basically his argument was like, he's a violent gangster rapper.
Right.
Blah, and I was like, you're just so wrong, dude. Like, you can say whatever you want, but you are wrong. You didn't do research. That is wrong. It's boring and wrong.
He sounded like Tipper Gore.
It was written the way a Tipper Gore statement from 1988 would have been written.
Exactly.
And you felt that. You saw the same thing, right?
Absolutely.
These lyrics, he talks about marijuana and bitches. And I was like, dude, in this era we live in, that doesn't mean bad. You're wrong.
I think the argument against hip hop and rap music, obviously as a fan, I think that his argument is tired and lazy, and very much the sort of quintessential go-to point for, as you said, an older white man that doesn't want to
really dig in.
Right. You research. You go into the culture. You figure out, what is this? Why are people listening to it? Where are the hypocrisies? And how do I make my argument make sense?
Call or tweet one hip-hop writer. Like, go to Vibe and find their main writer and just tweet them and say, can I ask you a couple of questions about Chance the Rapper? That's not that hard.
Like,
right?
Don't you think this is ridiculous? No, I don't think it is.
You got to know. Yeah, here's what you got to know about Chance. He actually does. I've interviewed him 5 times, and it's really like this. And then he goes, oh, well, maybe I should think about that.
Right. And then just think about it, and then still maybe come to the same conclusion, but at least do the work.
But did you love his response to me?
Well, this is it.
You had to love this.
You go, and
did
you
do research?
I always do research.
There's paper over there?
Look at all these papers.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? I
got a professional.
I got a whole. This is a professional operation.
I know.
Rosenberg. This
You're
isn't
a professional broadcaster.
This isn't like the Peter Rosenberg happy hour where it's like I can do every job.
No.
Because I do no
You
preparation.
do one job. That's a professional broadcaster.
Thank you.
All right.
Exactly. So.
What did you find in your research?
So. You also, because I listened to it, you had an argument. Michael Kay took. Was that Michael Kay's voice?
Yes.
He took Phil Mushnick's side.
Yes.
But that's also because Michael Kay is an older Caucasian gentleman.
Yes,
is that right?
55.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he gets that.
Yep.
So he doesn't. He's still like, I feel sometimes like the 55-year-old men who get offended when black guys use the N-word.
Yes.
They're upset because
They
that
want
word was taken from them. Like they lived in a time before
They got to say it.
Right.
No one else did.
and it was like you took that from me, and now you're using it,
And I can't use it.
And let's be honest, when rappers use the N-word, it sounds super cool.
Yep.
It
No
does.
question about it.
And so I think these guys are like, not only did you take our word, but you made it better.
Yep.
I want it back.
Yep. I want to say it in that mean, hateful, nerdy
Yes.
way.
Yes. So I think that has a lot to do with, I mean, maybe Michael Kay's argument. I don't know for sure. It
I
could.
don't know about that with this
It
one, but
could.
yes, keep going.
It might. And so, but he then, I guess he listens to ESPN radio or whatever, and he hears that. And he wrote, Keeping It Real.
Yes, that was the title of his little thing.
Which it's like already.
Really?
Keeping It Real.
That's where we're starting. 1996.
Yeah.
Okay,
Exactly.
here we go.
Exactly. It's like when because Phil Mushnik is so old that his kids would have informed him of hip hop. Like his kids are too old to know what's going on in hip hop. You know what I mean?
His kids already got out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, 100%.
Exactly. So he wrote Peter Rosenberg, hip hop. Ugh.
It's bad.
Hip hop hotshot. Is that what you are?
I guess.
Alliteration.
Is that on
Thank
your
you.
business card?
Hip hop hotshot, Peter Rosenberg.
Well, I'm kind of a hip hop hotshot.
I don't know how to say it. I'm a jack of all trades.
Hip hop hotshot. Ooh, and this is a bad one. And mostly superfluous edition.
That's mean.
That means you don't do anything, right?
Yeah, but it's better than what what's his face called us. I just turned on your TV by accident. you know,
You get so nervous.
I got so nervous. What's the other guy? Not Mushnick. Raceman calls me and Don LaGreca Michael K's training wheels.
Wow.
So at least Mushnick just called me superfluous.
And does Don LaGreca sit there and be like, what the fuck? I've been here forever. And they bring this kid in and he's just the other training wheel
Yeah, I
now?
know. That's it. We're equal training wheels
Yeah.
now.
You're like, what's up, Don?
So yeah, Sorry, go ahead. Superfluous.
Why? Yeah. So is that because I mean they don't give me like I had to bring Kathy in and I only get her 2 days a week. Why does Michael Kay need training wheels?
I know he's pretty good by himself. He's been doing it for a long time. He is also the voice of the Yankees, but I don't know. I don't know why they throw training wheels on because you know that's the funny part is like there are things that offend me, right? I'm not one of those people who will be like, nothing. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. No, some random tweets. I'll be like, hey.
You get your feelings hurt.
For sure.
You're a sensitive guy.
Yeah.
I saw you on YouTube crying because you thought somebody stole your hat.
Oh my God. So exactly, you saw me nearly weep over that. So legitimately,
He's a teddy bear.
I know I'm a big teddy bear.
Which
But
I'll talk to you about too. But go on.
but that line, superfluous. Buddy, the ratings are already out. I'm already seeing what I'm doing to the show. We're up big time since I got there. 18 to 34 numbers are fucking flying up.
The
bruh.
ratings have improved since you joined the
Yes,
show?
I hit a bonus. My first ever
What?
bonus in radio. Yes.
Yeah, because on Hot 97, it's like, oh, it's been this uphill battle for you.
Yes. Well, no, we had no. At one point, we actually were beating before the Breakfast Club came on. It was Ed Lover. We all love and respect to Ed, but it was past his time at Power, and we beat him bad.
You beat him,
and then we actually beat Elvis for a book.
Elvis Duran.
Yes, I beat Elvis for one book.
What were you
Never
doing?
got a bonus.
Was that when you and Nicki Minaj were fighting?
Before that, maybe.
What was going on that you beat the biggest morning? It was just a good.
I don't
book.
know. We had marketing. You know how it is. We had fucking
Yes,
billboards. They had the
yes.
Black Puerto Rican Jew thing.
And it was new.
It was new,
Fun.
but it had been around long enough for people to start to know it. And we had a little run, but I never hit a bonus. The ESPN job is the first time when I've been at a company and like everyone in the company is like, keep it up. So I'm like, I'm not offended by the superfluous part.
Now, do you have a mindset when you're doing shows? Because that's the thing that I find about SiriusXM. That a lot of the people...
No one knows what's happening here.
Well, not only, but it's in the hosts, right? Because you can be motivated. You have a ratings book. You know you have to improve. You know what you have to do. You have a bonus system. You have all this stuff going on. I've done regular radio before. I'm also a self-motivated person to want to do better. If you don't have those things, it's easy for hosts to come in here and just kind of not think about it.
Do you
and
sort
do
of
the
wish
show.
that you had the rating system?
Yeah, just because it would fuel the craziness that the craziness hasn't gone away. I'm already losing
Right, it exists
sleep
in all of us if you do this.
Right. So it's like I wish that was at least there to either back up my claims that I'm horrible or
that you're the best.
Bring me up to over here. Yes, I do wish that was there. I would like that. I would welcome it.
But yeah, that helped me. That helps with lines like that. I'm like, you're only saying that to make me feel bad and didn't make me feel bad.
But do you think when you're performing on the air, are you conscious of what time things are happening? Are you conscious of what little things that people like? Like how conscious of ratings are you as you're on the air?
I mean, I've gotten to a point where I am more concise. I still have moments when I fuck that up. Obviously, all of us do. We like to talk.
Not me.
Not except for you, you're a professional broadcaster. But,
word economy is the Sam Roberts method.
But yeah, I'm pretty aware. And with the ESPN show in particular, I really pick my spots, right? Because I'm like the new third mic. So it's not my and I'm the least knowledgeable of the three of us.
Right.
So I pick my time. So I try to make my job on that show to be like just a little like spice, and I'm comfortable with it because for whatever reason, you would love this, Sam. I think my role on the show is such that like 50% of our calls, people just volunteer their opinion on me.
I like that.
They either call up and say,
by the way, that's a great place to be.
No, it's great. They call up and they go, Michael Don, big fan of the show. Peter, not such a fan. Anyways, all the time. Or they'll be like, hey, and I can hear in their voice that they're young. Right. And they're like, Michael Don, great job with Peter. Listen to you on Hot 97. You're awesome. Anyways.
Right.
And so, but everyone has an opinion.
I get it.
And that's how I know, as you know,
I know.
If everyone's saying they have an opinion, I'm making an impact.
Right.
So a lot of things could have offended me, but superfluous, you're just saying it to get my
that's
goat.
why when I was doing Opie and Anthony, I was always, there were tough moments or whatever, but I was always okay because it would always be something to the effect of like, I love the show, I hate Sam, the rest of the staff is fine. But it would always be Sam and rest of the staff.
And where's the rest of the staff? Do they have their own nightly show as a professional broadcaster?
I've been too busy to check, to tell you the truth.
See, that's exactly right. Look at the mic flags.
I've been, you saw that, right?
Yeah, it says not. I've seen them many times. It says not Sam. They're amazing.
Great. So, superfluous, you're saying you are obviously not.
I'm not superfluous there.
Mr. Mushnick, again, needs to do a little research.
Again.
To find out.
Check the ratings, bruh.
Right. He goes, superfluous Peter Rosenberg, addition to the Michael K. Show, Wednesday insisted Chance the Rapper would be a great addition to MLB as a paid community, quote, ambassador for the White Sox. Chance's work, Rosenberg said, is a wonderful inspiration to young folks.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I said that exactly.
You didn't. You called him inspirational in the sense that he was an alternative to Chicago gangster street rap.
You not only do research, Sam, you pay attention.
Right, because I'm not going to go and misquote somebody for the sake of like I got to write an article where I trash someone.
It doesn't make like you didn't even pay attention to what I said when I was talking about you.
Right. He goes, okay. Ooh, he's going to get him here.
Here we go.
I'm going to look up some of his lyrics. Okay, then he'd have no trouble proving the courage of his conviction. I'll supply him with the lyrics to say 5 Chance recordings. More if he'd like. Starting with the, that one that begins, and this, I honestly did not understand the poetry of this, so maybe you can help me. Ladies loving my music is like some sex shit. N-words trying to grip my mic like it's my dick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, and then he said, Rosenberg can read those lyrics aloud on the air, then again claim Chance meets with his enthusiastic approval as an MLB youth ambassador, and if he won't or can't explain why, up for the challenge, Peter, or no can do. So, Peter, I want you to know something.
1, 2.
There's something fantastic that happened here.
What's that?
Well, the fact is, the lyrics that he chose, which he acted like were so offensive,
right?
The double meaning behind it was like, not only did you choose something that's not particularly offensive, but you choose lyrics which was him quoting Slum Village. Give it 5 seconds.
Right. So this is like a tip of the hat.
This was a tip of the hat to Jay Dilla's group, and Jay Dilla's one of the greatest ever, and he died.
1, 2.
Ladies loving my music is like some sex shit. Niggas trying to grip up my mic like it's a dig. Run around the corner.
And that's Slum Village.
That's Slum Village.
That's not even Chance the Rapper.
He was just quoting. It's not even that serious.
Why did he pick that one?
You picked the wrong one. Again, you didn't do research.
So Chance would sit there and say, like, that quote is actually not mine. I was paying homage
To a great-
those that came before me.
Yes.
Which is actually, if anything, teaching the youth to respect their elders.
That's right.
As
That's-
opposed to being like, fuck the old guys, I'm the new dude.
Yep.
So that
And also, what's so
so
offensive?
it was maybe the worst example he could have
And not only
used.
that, you're saying the thing that's so bad is N-words, which he decided was the worst word ever. N-words, something like "be on my dick." But, he didn't say anything that bad. If you take
Trying
the
to
word,
grip up my mic like it's my dick.
that's that bad. Yeah, you're saying don't steal my mic. It's like, what are you saying? That's not that bad. It's
Right.
nothing.
And it is interesting that he thinks, this Phil Mushnik or anybody that would think around him or people who are critical of hip hop and the culture, that a rapper, right, could go out there and be sort of family friendly and shiny and sunny and like never curse.
Yes.
And have any impact whatsoever, positive or negative.
Yep.
Like if you want to make a positive impact, you would have to speak to
Children, to kids,
the youth
the way they speak.
in their language.
Yes.
Which means there are probably worse things than dropping an N-bomb. Maybe you drop an N-bomb and put it in the context, and maybe then all of a sudden, slowly,
Dude, so listen,
education starts to build.
I'll give you a Sam Roberts exclusive because that's what you deserve.
Okay,
That's
well,
the-
hang on. Then I should play.
Yep, I'll give you a
this
sec.
and this is breaking news. Then.
Yep.
If the computer works.
Yeah. Let's see. Breaking news. Then. Yes, that's it.
All right, there you go. Thank you. I emailed with him the other day.
Phil Mushnik.
Yes. Or as I call him, Phil Bush Dick.
Oh wow, because he's a hermaphrodite.
Yeah, get it? Because you can just take his name and change it.
Right. Phil's bush dick.
So Phil,
What's he got between his legs? A bush
Bush
dick.
or Dick
Or both, 'cause he's
The Bush
hermaphrodite.
Dick. Yeah, hermaphrodite.
Phil the hermaphrodite from the New York Post. I get it.
So I emailed him because he never wrote about my follow up. Right. So
Right.
I responded to his article on the air.
Right.
And I basically was like really mature to try to get me to quote lyrics that have curse words, which you know I can't do. And taking examples like that
He
to show
didn't. He didn't expect you to be on Sirius.
No, he didn't. No, he
we got
did
you,
not.
Phil. Because
So-
we can say any word we want to.
So I said, hey, you're trying to get me to quote words I'm not going to quote. And furthermore, I'm going to read some quotes of songs. And I quoted the Beatles, and I quoted the Rolling Stones, and I quoted other legendary Rock and Roll Hall of Fame groups who, guess what, have said things that if you take them out of context are offensive. That doesn't mean they're bad people.
How about this one? I shot a man in Reno
Just
to watch him die.
Yeah. And do we consider Johnny Cash to be a horrible human being?
I don't think so. They made a movie about him. The America's Sweetheart, Reese Witherspoon, was in it.
Exactly.
Right.
Should Martin Scorsese not be? Martin Scorsese literally makes films that are so violent that I get uncomfortable. Like I'm like, oh my god, I can't even believe I'm watching this. You know, like those Joe Pesci scenes where you're just like, this is scary violence.
You ever seen the white snow turn blood red in the 1800s?
Eee.
Then don't turn on gangs in New York.
That's right. Thank you very much, Sam Roberts.
Yeah.
So I did this whole thing that I thought was really good, and it was good enough that at the end, like even Kay, like couldn't argue with me. Like he was like, "All right," and I was like, I knew it was a good argument, but then Mushnick didn't write about it.
Right.
So I wrote him back. I emailed him, and I said, "Hey, bud, can't help but notice you didn't mention my retort to you.
Right.
That's weird.
Right.
Do you want me to read it to you?
I do.
I know that to say we got time. Don't
Was
we?
it a short story? Like, was it an essay?
No.
Was it like a well-worded thing, or was it just a quick like?
It's quick emails. They just went back and forth.
And
for
would
a
you
while.
get his email off the website, or did you
Yeah.
have to? Okay.
No, I went right off the website. Let's see. Let me type in. It's Bush Dick, right?
Yeah, it's Phil Bush Dick.
All right, I'm looking up Bush Dick right here. Here it is. 12 emails went back and forth.
Whoa, you're all like text pals now.
I wrote, "Don't care to mention my retort. As the kids say, hold this L, Mr. Mushnick." I didn't know I said that.
Right.
Good line, Rosenberg. Thank you. You're welcome.
Right.
I like that line.
Right.
Phil wrote, "What retort? The words were bleeped out. Why? By the way, what's a proper context in which you call a black man an N-word?" Only he didn't write N-word. He wrote the word.
But did he write it with an A or an ER?
A.
I almost had him.
When and how do you call a black man an N-word? Eagerly await your reply, Mushnick.
And by the way, this is a guy who's putting
Spelled
every.
his name.
Yeah,
He spelled it M-U-S.
Yeah, it's Bush Dick. Everybody knows that. This is a guy who's putting way too much emphasis on the words as opposed to what's being said. And he's really drawing at straws because the reason that you have to beep out words is because of arbitrary FCC rules. It's not like that has nothing to do with good or bad. It's the FCC decided what was appropriate.
President Obama's biography has the N-word.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. You've played the audio before, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's great.
Shit. Fuck. Everything's in there. It's his
Hose.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite one is, I ain't your bitch. Buy your own damn fries.
yeah.
Anyways, I wrote, obviously you missed the point of what I said. Curse words alone do not make someone a poor role model or negative person.
Yeah.
I have no reason to lie to tell you that Chance is a really positive person if he wasn't one. I am telling you unequivocally that he is a positive alternative for kids in spite of the fact that he has talked about drugs and sex,
right.
Something that many American heroes have done. Look at this total picture, not just the foul language. As for your second question, I can't answer that, neither can you. The appropriate time for a black artist using the N-word is not a subject that needs the input of white men. My point in writing you was to push you to acknowledge the fact that you made a silly challenge. I responded in a smart and thoughtful way, and you chose to ignore that. Not a big deal, but worth note, I thought.
That's quite a bit of words.
Are you impressed with the words?
I like them. I think that's like
Not as good as superfluous.
No, I did. You're right. Fair enough.
Right.
Should have broke out a thesaurus or something.
Also, your contributions to the New York Post are superfluous. Only thing anybody reads is page 6.
Exactly. He wrote back, wait. You called the column the stupidest thing you ever read. You said I don't understand the context. I often try to address context. So what's the proper context to call someone an N-word? When do you, all caps, call someone an N-word? What about N-words grabbing at my mic like it's my dick and so much more? Or is that Chance the inspirational one, plays both sides? I wrote, you continue to not understand context and don't understand that as a white man in America, you have no say on the use of the N-word by a black... Do you ever read back an email and see that there was an autocorrect that was really bad?
Oh, what happened?
You and don't understand that as a white man in America, you have no say on the use of the N-word by a black Oriole.
Oriole. He's like, I understand it's a sports column, but he's just like, sorry, bro, I was watching baseball.
It said I was supposed to be artist. I'm guessing. I wrote also that line that you just referenced isn't even a Chance line. He's referencing another artist. Again, no context and missing the point. Sorry you got this one wrong. He's a great choice by the White Sox. I guess you think Kendrick Lamar is negative because he curses too. He uses the N-word. He's also brilliant and constantly smart and positive. But I guess you would only hear curse words.
See, that's what I like. The fact that you're pointing out that somebody's being positive. I think that line sums it all up. When you go, this is a smart, positive person, but all you hear are curse words.
It doesn't make sense.
Right, we're not sitting there talking about what a person's saying.
That doesn't make it's literally the most childish way to argue I've ever heard.
That's right.
He wrote, you must love the way Kendrick raps while holding his crotch. Positive message for all.
You have to realize at some point. Like, see, this is where you and I are different. I would never engage. I would think you're right to
you
have
engaged. Checked out already.
I wouldn't have checked out. I would have decided, okay, wartime, and I would have blasted Phil Mushnik for the remainder of my days on the radio. Like, just never let it go away. Kevin Pollak said nasty things about me years ago, and I will never stop trashing Kevin Pollak on the air.
And I got to tell you, old me, I think, would do that. But the problem is on my show where I'm with other people, and he's like the reviewer of New York. Kay doesn't stop me. Kay has told me off the air, like, he likes that I have balls and I'm willing to talk trash about the reviewers. Mm-hmm. But I think that my management there would get a little weird if I was like, I'm going to destroy this guy. I could be wrong, though.
He's a New York sports reviewer. You're on a New York sports show.
But he crushes us all the time anyway.
Exactly. He's always been critical as long as he's been in the paper.
That's all. They literally miss stuff about it. They are all Francesa sycophants. They don't care about us at all. They don't even think there's another show. They're just obsessed with Francesa, everything he does.
Isn't it good if you get an opinion? That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point.
Mike Francesa. That's who they're obsessed with. Mike Francesa.
Well, obsessed. Think he's the greatest thing that's ever happened to journalism.
He's the Pope. He's the Pope. So is that where the email chain ends?
No, there's more, but who cares?
It goes on and on. Well, I will tell you that is exactly. It's funny that you were bringing that up about they would probably have a problem with that, because I would imagine that if they did come to you and say, please stop trashing Phil Mushnik on the air, you would stop trashing Phil Mushnik on the air, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to. I would say, if they said, stop trashing Phil Mushnik on the air or there's going to be repercussions, and you did it, you certainly wouldn't paint yourself as a victim next time you did it if you got suspended or fired.
Right.
This is, to me, the beginning, middle, and end of the Kurt Schilling story. This is a guy.
Yeah, you got it.
who ESPN, regardless of politics, regardless of whether or not, I mean, his transgender statement was
Repug.
asinine. But regardless of whether you agree with it or not, this is a guy who repeatedly, it's the third time, he made an incendiary political statement on the internet. The first 2 times. First time, he got warned. Second time, he got suspended. And they said about the Hillary Clinton thing, we would fire you, but we're not going to because we like you. We're bringing you back. Stop talking about politics. Just sports. We just do sports. And you're just Kurt Schilling anyway. Just talk about the sock. Just talk sports. And he goes, got it, guys.
No problem. You know me.
Hey, okay. And then he goes on, he does this thing, and they go, remember before we said we would fire you if you did this? Well, now you're fired.
I've never seen a situation in which every other broadcaster thinks that the company's totally right for firing someone.
I know.
Every broadcaster was like,
because
I'm sorry, bro. Get your life together.
It's a code. Like you if you see somebody getting fired and it's a speech issue, then you're like, no, because that comes back and affects us. Like, we support each other because, like, if you make a joke, if something's in bad taste, if it's something that's, like, opinion-based, you got to let them slide because that's going to come back and affect me. It's going to come back and affect you. It's going to do all that stuff. But when you've got no warning...
Well, yeah, you're just disobeying your employer directly.
Then that's it.
And also, can I tell you, they actually did him a service. Everyone did him a favor by even saying that his comments were, quote, political. Mm-hmm. They were borderline political. The last one was just hate speech. It wasn't political. That's a nice way of putting what he's saying is saying it's political. It's not really political. That's not politics. That picture that he posted,
right?
That's just hate.
But then
terrible.
He turns around and he says that he's never met so many racist people as there are at ESPN. Did you hear that? Kurt Schilling said that ESPN has more racist people than... And let me ask you, is he talking about you?
I can't be sure. I've never met him, but I mean, you don't know.
Right. Are you racist?
I mean, I don't want to announce that right here on the Sam Roberts show. I got to say
I was hoping for another exclusive.
No, I got to say that for my show. I got to say that for Ebro in the morning.
Do you think he was talking about Don LaGreca?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
I'll tell you, it's funny though because ESPN really is like a really diverse company. Like they really take diversity seriously.
It's a Disney-owned company. It's like
they're on it. Like
right.
There's no like I have senior people who are women, who are ethnic minorities, like everything. There's every kind of person in power positions at ESPN.
Right.
So even saying that is just going to seem like, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
And if he's working for a political station, and this is what you do, you come up with political opinions, and you get people fired up.
Yeah, there's a place he could do that.
Absolutely.
He has plenty of options. And by the way, he'll probably get one.
I think so too. But it's
he'll probably run for president at some point.
You think he'll win?
And he'll do all right. He'll win the Republican primaries.
I'll certainly keep an eye on it.
No, I'm sure the Sam Roberts election desk will be handling this.
Here on Sam Roberts Show with Pete Rosenberg here.
Check my Twitter and see if any of your people are hitting me. I'm at Rosenberg Radio, by the way.
Rosenberg Radio. Let him know that you're listening because now he's going to check, which is, I think, in poor taste. 631, you're on Sam Roberts Show.
Yo, Sam.
Yeah, you're on the air.
Yo, I got some Rosenbergs there, Lil Doobie. I got a couple bars.
Okay, this is Lil Doobie, and I want you to know, Lil Doobie let me know earlier tonight.
I think I heard him briefly earlier.
That Sam Roberts Show is A-OK in California because of Lil Doobie.
Thank you. That's nice of you, Lil Doobie.
Sam, wait till you hear this. I worked hard.
Okay, let me hear the bars.
XM called to go out and make the dough. The last professional. It's too hard to radio. Sam Roberts Show. We on now and made it, ho. If this was a race, to your head like fellatio.
Oh.
Sammy Scarface at the head of the mantle. Personality like the room, like the start of a candle. He's cocky and ballsy and handsome and haughty and quick with his wits. He's cerebral like palsy.
Oh.
And witness the greatness. Lil Doobie, Sam Roberts, we getting your anus.
Okay.
That's right. The two of us, me and the Doobster, are going to be in everybody's anuses. Rosenberg, if we make this into a song, will you play it?
Absolutely.
Have you heard, by the way, that I have a full music production staff, right?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that we've made Virgil into a hip-hop star?
I have heard the Virgil record, by the way. It's fantastic. Do you want to play it?
Fuck money, baby, baby, baby.
This is big.
Listen to that bass.
Fuck money, baby, green and black, green and black. Fuck money, baby, like my skin is green and black. Peel it out, peel it out, peel it out, peel it out. All in 100 $100 bills. Fuck money, baby. Fuck money, baby. Green and black. Green and black. Fuck money, baby. Fuck money, baby. Like my skin is green and black.
Okay.
Fuck money, baby.
Now, if I make a radio edit, will you play it on the morning
Absolutely.
show? You will.
Oh, yeah.
Ebro's fine with that, right?
Of course.
He'll like it.
Yeah. I mean, when you hear a hit, you hear a hit.
Exactly. Well, what did you think of Little Doobie's bars?
He had some weird things he said in there. I was a little confused by some of it.
But
Did he say Stu Hart, like Stu Hart?
Hell yeah. He the Stu Hart of radio.
I am the Stu Hart of radio.
Yeah, when I got here, he was like, "Hey, come here," and he started putting me in random holds.
I do. I stretch him out, baby.
He stretched me.
I'm the stretcher of radio.
Yeah, he got me, and then I tried to. My water had cat poop on it.
That's right.
Does it philosophically, but
Right.
Lil Doobie, Sam Roberts, Rosenberg, you should get us on. This song is going to be tight. It's going to be popping.
All right, Little Doobie, here's what we'll do. Next time you're on the East Coast, you come in here and perform it live, and then I'll also get you booked on the Hot 97 morning show. That's confirmed.
Confirmed.
All right, thank you, my friend. Let me go to 240. You're on Sam Roberts
Hey,
show.
that's my neck of the woods.
What is that?
D.C., Maryland, Virginia.
Oh.
My name's Craig Coleman.
What's up? Oh, this is the drunk guy?
You want a shot?
Okay,
You want a bump? You want to smoke?
Craig is sad. I don't even know if his name is Craig, but literally every single night in the last hour, he calls up heavily under the influence.
Of alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol, pills. I would assume a lot of pills in there, too. I want to ask you, though. You know, I always try to get the scoop from you about you and what's going on in terrestrial radio and your competition as well.
That's right.
You know, and I think it's fair to talk about it.
You're always up on the news.
I am always up on the news, and this is a bit of news that I've loved. This is my favorite radio interview of all time.
I know, I heard.
Ready? Yes, sir. I want to start this shit off straight, telling all three of y'all stop playing with my name.
Let's go on there. Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name.
Let's go. Let's do it on
camera. Stop playing with my name. I
Let's
ain't
go
gonna
right
say
on
it no
in.
more. Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
Now, after hearing that was the Birdman. When you hear that, does it kind of remind you, okay, as a broadcaster, I need to remember to put respect on these artists' name?
Yes, number
it does.
one.
It does.
Well, I've always put respect on his name.
What the Birdman is, I mean, he's flying any weather.
He does,
And not everybody is,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, I would put respect on his name. My thing is this. The internet decides in the internet who wins, right? And my morning competition, Charlamagne, he is like the human embodiment of the internet troll.
Right.
Okay? So that is his world. I will never compete with him in that world. He runs that world. They love him. Like, you know, that from the standpoint of like, you can say a really mean, critical line in under 140 characters and everyone will repeat it and you will bully whoever is out, like, you will win.
Now, isn't that dangerous? Because isn't having a troll fan base, like, at any moment they could turn on you?
Of course. But he's leader of them, and I
Right.
think he's pretty safe.
Right.
So,
Troll king.
in the internet, exactly, he's the troll king. And so, thank you very much, you're right about that. So, in the internet world, naturally, they put that video out, and everyone's like, yes, way to say that to Birdman. You made fun of him. We have memes now. Birdman sucks. Let's go. Okay.
Right.
I sat there and was like, man, I wouldn't be in a good mood if I was Charlamagne when I left the studio that day.
It seems scary, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it does,
And I
right?
talked to other people who are not nearly as big a pussy as I am, who were like, not something I'd want to do.
Right.
You know, listen.
I mean, I'm scared from Kurt Schilling blocking me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
No, Birdman's the real deal. And here's the thing that listen, let me be unequivocal about this part.
Right.
Okay? I'm a real person. I always speak the truth. I promise.
Right.
We
Your
took-
truth.
No, the truth.
Oh.
The truth is, we took an L that day. They had the biggest thing they've ever done. That was a monstrous radio and viral hit.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Everyone saw it. It was on Monday Night Raw. Everyone talked about it.
Right.
It was everywhere. Okay? And we had to, as Ebro said, take that L and hold it tight. Like, you know what it's like when you're in competition with radio and you see everyone talking about your competition, and we're doing a Prince dedication, and they set the conversation, and now put some respect on my name for at least a few months is going to be vernacular, right? So that's a huge win. So I just want to be clear about that. Take that. We had to take that out. However, I wouldn't have wanted that.
You don't want that because you would have been the one that had to be in that spot, right? If anybody's going to be in a Charlamagne spot, it would have to be you.
All likelihood, and I just wouldn't want it. It's not a worthwhile trade-off. I would, and here's the other part. Birdman comes in and he's upset.
Yes.
Rightfully, based on things they've said about him when he wasn't around.
One of the callers called me and informed me of some of the things they were saying about.
They've said not
pedophile stuff, not good stuff, not nice things.
They've implied really bad things.
Yes.
So he has the right to be upset.
Yes.
What I don't respect about Charlamagne, there's a laundry list of things, but one of them is, once he comes in and he's upset, and then you turn the mic on and you're like, let's do it, his attitude was just like, yo, get it off your chest, what you got to say.
Right.
He didn't try to approach it like, hey, let's have a conversation.
Right.
You're obviously really upset.
I see.
If you want to stay and talk to us, please, let's start this conversation. Which would have just been being like a respectful human being. Like, I just, and like, say what you will about Birdman, as someone who's been welcomed in hip-hop, I am respectful of people who are important people in it. And say what you want about Birdman, make fun of his accent, do all the things you want. Fucking Birdman's done a lot of shit. A lot of shit.
That's true.
And I respect it. And I'm not saying he's a good guy, bad guy. I don't know the guy at all. But I'm just saying...
He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy, but he is the guy.
He's the guy. Yeah. That's the bottom line. He's the guy.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to say anything like that. So I just thought, I was like, damn, when he went home that night and had to like go home with his wife and kids and stuff, are you sitting there like, yes, I had such an internet score? Or are you like, man, I got to keep my security extra late today? And yes, Charlamagne has security at all times.
See, because I've been there before, and I know like in radio, like I listen to that, and I go like, God, how badly do I want that moment in my studio? But I've had moments, not on that level, but I've had...
The crazy lady with the iPhone.
I've had lots of tense moments, right?
Okay. Yeah, no.
And I harbor them. For sure. I love them. But then I also have had those moments when the show's over. And I'm like, fuck.
It's not over.
Like, what if, like, because if you get a crazy person mad at you, not to say Birdman or whatever, but if you get I've gotten crazy people mad at me before because it's funny on the air. But then off the air, there's still that person. And you've got to deal with that when you go home.
Yeah, there's multiple levels to that. There's like physical fear. There's like, I just feel bad. I didn't want to really be mean to someone. I don't know. I don't think that's Charlamagne's. I don't think he gets that way, but that's how I am.
Right.
I'm like, man, I don't want to hurt that person's feelings. Like, I remember I had one thing.
Yeah.
Talk about a different side of the spectrum, but I remember one day, Robin Thicke's ex-wife, Paula Patton.
Yes.
She was on an award show, like the BET Awards, and she had a really weird segment. Okay. And we went on the air. And she was acting really flirty with like all the men who she came out. She was in that movie about flying, like airplanes or something. And she came on stage with like all these really handsome dudes. And she's the only one. And she was just being over the top sexual. And I was like, oh my God, like was she promoting a gangbang? Like this is really weird, something like that. And I really like Robin. And I have a good rapport with him. And when he came, and when he called us or he came in and he was like, bro, like that's my wife. And we're cool. He's like, you and I are cool, and that's my wife. And that sucks. And I was just like, bro, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I was making a joke. I wasn't thinking about the fact that, you know what, it is your wife.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel shitty because it's embarrassing and it's rude.
But as long as you can say you're sorry for it and apologize about it.
Well, that's what like humans do.
Yeah.
That's like what we do. But like, and my thing is this. Again, I'm so happy with where everything is with me, much more so than I have been other times, because we're crazy, we're competitive, and the Breakfast Club's been on a good run for a long time. So when they're having that, obviously that frustrates me. But I'm in such a good place with all the things I'm doing that I can be honest enough to say like they've had a really, really good run. But like he does things that like I just would feel shitty about. Like
it's not worth it, is what you're saying.
Floyd Mayweather. The story comes out that Floyd Mayweather can't read.
I remember that when I played the audio.
And they leak the fucking drop recordings. And like, only Sam and I can really speak to this. But in radio, when you record drops from someone, they're doing you a solid. Like drops is a solid.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that you never play something funny that may happen in drops. But revealing their audio when they're in a down spot already to prove, like, look, they can't read.
Yeah, you know
that's not cool. Like, that's just not fucking cool, bro. I don't know how else to say that.
I have to tell you that people may or may not believe it because we have put out a lot of audio that we record during drops that's like funny. But there are a couple of instances, and only those who... There are a couple of instances of audio that we have while getting drops that would make a person look... It's not funny, it makes them look bad. And we've talked about it. Troy and I have talked about it. We'll hold back on it and go, you know what? Not this. No, I don't... Because I don't want it... It's not funny enough. It doesn't do enough good. It just is something that feeds the gossip blogs. And, like, you find exactly where that balance is, I think.
Well,
now, I think my balance is probably very far from yours. I think I would push it
further than I would.
Significantly further.
Sure.
And just deal with it. Like, deal with my soul being destroyed as long as the 3 hours here is good.
Sure.
You know? But there are even with me, who has been described as a soulless demon.
I've heard it.
With evil intentions. By the way, not true.
But no, it's like
there are lines that you'll be like, I'm going to stop there.
And so the Birdman one is it was weird. I mean, listen, it was a great hit for viral stuff. I just that night was like, I hosted Snoop that night in DC, and I had this great talk with Snoop about it, and was just like reminded of like the way that guys like that think of me. For the most part, I don't know how everyone thinks of me, and I just remember like going home and being like, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy that like I've been doing this for 9 years. I've had my share of like little flare-ups and things that have happened.
Yes.
But by and large, the people in the game, like who matter and who are anyone, or just in general, think I'm a good guy. Like I don't need security. I'm gonna leave here tonight by myself and walk out into Manhattan by myself.
You respect people and they respect you back.
And they put respect and they put respect on my name.
Right.
Exactly.
And I sprinkle a dash of respect on theirs. And as a result, you can literally feel like, oh, if I'm out with my wife, I don't have to worry that someone's going to run up on me and do something crazy.
Yeah. Now, and you also have to think long-term versus short-term, right? Like
what's the long-term play of that?
Or short-term success. You could have your viral hit now, or you could be one of these guys that people know over the last 10, 15, 20 years has been consistently, doesn't always have that hit.
Right.
But consistently deliver. We can trust him to put out a good product that's fair, and in the long run, that's the stuff that pays off, I think.
The same thing as you see with the movie junkets, where it's an interviewer being super disrespectful. Those go viral. That person's out of a job for life.
Right.
Did you feel guilty then when you had your Nicki Minaj beef that happened a few years ago?
No, because that was something that became a big thing, but I knew I didn't say anything hurtful.
You weren't trying to create this.
I didn't try at all. All I
you.
talked about was music. The times when I've ever made anyone feel bad, like I had a thing with Trinidad James, this rapper, where he came in.
Oh, I know Trinidad James.
And I made fun of his teeth. And that was like a little low. Like I don't know why I did that. It was like a weird moment where I was like, what's going on with your teeth? Or something like that. I didn't even realize how mean it was till afterwards.
He said it to his face?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And afterwards I was like, whoa, that was unnecessary. Didn't realize I did that.
That happens.
I'm cool with him now, but it was weird. But by and large, I don't say the mean, hurtful stuff. Like that's why the Robin Thicke thing stands out in my mind, because I talked about someone's wife. Like that's rude.
And I will say this, in terms of your sensitive side, there's a video that Hot 97 put out this week.
There's no need to talk about it.
Because I wanted to see, okay.
You don't have audio of it, do you?
I was like, no, it was long, so I didn't pull the audio. But everybody should see the video. As a matter of fact, later on tonight, we will tweet the video out at SR Show SXM, because I was like, okay, I know what Power 105 is doing over here. I want to see what my buddy's doing over at Hot, what they got going on their YouTube channel. And by the way, this thing got over 100,000 views, I think, by now. Right?
It might.
The hat video. So, I mean, it's still...
That's bad. I'm going to look right now. I hope not.
When I checked, it was like 3 days ago, and I think it was like 86,000 videos.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I don't understand why people... Saw the title.
So, Rosenberg lost his hat at the radio station. And I guess he was very upset that he lost his hat. And then his co-host...
It's not any hat, but okay.
What kind of hat?
It was a limited Stussy Tribe Called Quest hat.
Right.
And I wore it, like, after Fife died, I wore it, like, every day. It, like, became my go-to hat. They're my favorite group of all time.
It's almost as cool as having the Jordan 1s on tonight that come out tomorrow.
That's right.
But
You can't find this hat though.
Well, you can't find these tonight. You come tomorrow, you'll be able to find. But not tonight. Not tonight. You can't find
this
these
hat's
shoes.
not even on eBay. It's not around. So continue. Sorry.
So, his co-host buys another hat. But he doesn't know this.
No. She amended
I
the
watched
story.
the video.
But amended the story. She got that hat because of my Stussy connection, who sent us a box of the stuff. I got a hat. I gave her a hat. Continue.
So she had the same hat.
Yes.
Is it like the parents buying a new goldfish when the goldfish?
It's kind of where we're going.
It's not the same goldfish.
No, that's what I thought it was.
So, I guess their engineer comes in one morning wearing the hat. And then
101,000 views, yes.
101,000 views. So again, successful.
Sure.
He says, Rosenberg says, let me see that hat. And the engineer gives him the hat. And Rosenberg, he starts looking at it. He undoes the snapback and does it in his size. And they go, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm just seeing how it looks when it's fitted on my head to see if it's my hat. And they go, what are you talking about? And obviously he's like, he thinks that there's something fishy going on. So he takes
Which
the
I
hat,
was right about.
he puts it on his head and he starts bending the brim because he doesn't like the straight brim.
No, of course not.
And they go, what the fuck are you doing? That's not your hat. And he goes, yes, it is. You guys are fucking assholes who stole my hat, and you gave it to the engineer, and you've been planning this all along. And they go, no, we didn't. And they're arguing back and forth, and he's bending it, and he goes, fine. And now he's yelling. And he goes, fine. Well, guess what? Even if it's not my hat, he just got his hat stolen because he gave it to me, and he's not going to get it back. Fine. It's my hat. And Ebro's like, yo, my dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? And Laura Stiles, his co-host, is sitting there going, but Rosenberg, it's not your hat.
I fucking hate her. She's so mean.
And then he finds out.
And they're all acting. They all did a great job acting like, why are you even getting mad? Like, even afterwards, like, we didn't play a joke on you. It just wasn't your hat. I'm like, no, but it was a joke on me. And everyone's holding a camera, by the way. 8 people are just standing there Snapchatting, like, waiting for me to melt down. And at first I was like, don't melt down. They're all filming you so you melt down.
Right.
And then eventually I melted down.
And then he finds out. Laura goes, okay. She was like, that's my hat. I brought it in for you because I felt bad. And Rosenberg was like, all right, well, that's a little better. And then Ebro or somebody said something like, yeah, and you were being an asshole. And Rosenberg, that's when he melted down. And he goes, what? And he starts yelling. He goes, no, I'll tell you when I'm being an asshole. I will be honest about that. But I was not being... And his eyes got so watery, like he was crying.
By the way,
there weren't tears coming down his face, but he had
I want to say this.
Big, glassy, watery eyes. And I said, this is much different than the Birdman video.
Hold on. I want to be clear about this.
Yeah.
First of all, Birdman's eyes might have been that watery.
He was wearing sunglasses. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Second of all, I watched the video and my eyes were pretty watery.
I mean,
at the time, I did not feel like I was on the verge of tears.
They look like the Snapchat filter with the and then when you raise your eyes, they just come gushing. Like it's a good thing he didn't raise his eyebrows, because otherwise it would have been
It was the big tear.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. And
there's something about getting embarrassed, like knowing all your friends are playing a prank on you, that makes you feel 5 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I can't explain it. I was just like, and all of you want me to look stupid. Why are you doing this?
Because repressed memories of getting like
yeah.
Rosenberg, he does not like being the butt of the joke.
Not like in a room full of 8. Dude, hold on. Who likes being the butt of the joke? Like 8 people like this, holding their phone up in your face. Like, why are you getting mad, bro?
Like
no one wants to be that.
You tend not to have the biggest sense of humor about it. And in this instance, too, you were also slightly humiliated.
Yes.
Because you really wanted to keep the hat. I could tell that.
I kept the hat.
I know you did.
Of course I did.
And it's like, how do you pout and tell them they're all assholes with the hat on that this person that's an asshole just gave to you?
Did you like that?
It was funny.
That part was, because by the way, I told her though, I was like, you realize you're an asshole. The nice thing to do, and Laura is the sweetest person in the world, but I was like, just for the record, if you were going to be like, I'm going to be nice to Peter, you would have just come in and been like, hey, bro, know you've been desperately looking. Here's the hat. You wouldn't have been like, I'm going to give him the hat, but first, let's play a game where we almost make him cry.
Right.
That's weird.
Right.
That's not nice. She
Funny.
said, now for the record, she said when she came to work, she had every intention of just handing me the hat, and our DJ Cast one was like, no way, we're playing a prank first before we give him the hat.
But you know what's great, too? What I learned from watching that video?
What is that?
Is like, people in music radio get paid a lot of money and just have enough free time between songs or whatever, because none of this was actually on the air.
No.
Music was playing while this was happening. They all just sit around the studio for, 10, 15
Well, this was
minutes.
this was in the 9 o'clock hour. We barely talk.
That's it.
The 9 o'clock hour, we talk at like 8:55, and then we do a break at 9:30.
And that's it.
That's it. It's all music that hour.
And he's just like, in the meantime, in the 9 o'clock hour, we'll have a half hour to just sit around. So let's just play Keep Away with
For the
Rosenberg's hat.
record, you should try it. You really get amazing content out of it. That's the nice part is that you do have. I used to hate music, and now I like when you have times to talk between songs
because you
get really good content.
You end up with show meetings while the show's on.
All day.
Right.
We talk literally all day. It's just on the mic when we're on the mic.
Gotcha.
So like
Gotcha.
I think I told you this last time. I used to be really jealous and want to do all talk.
Right.
Now I'm like, I do not have 3 hours worth of things to say anymore.
Is it a less is more kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, I just stopped being able to do this for that long. It's like when I did it in DC, I just always find when I would do the show, and I don't necessarily feel that way about Howard. Oh no, Howard gets boring too. And
whoa,
Howard gets boring too, and I'm a huge Howard fan.
Oh,
I am. But Howard gets boring too.
This show doesn't.
No, never.
It hasn't yet.
No, not yet. And how long you been on though?
We've been on 3 hours a night since September. We started daily at noon in June.
So almost a year.
Almost a year. And we haven't had one boring
second yet.
Which is amazing.
Even the dead air minute at the start of the show.
It wasn't.
No,
we had dead air at the
boring.
start of the show, but it wasn't boring because
It was
there was
building anticipation.
That's exactly right.
And people
Kathy.
I heard a lot of people were into the dead air.
Yeah.
They were like, "This is the best minute dead air I've ever had. What's going to happen next?"
Exactly.
No,
You get
but
the butterflies.
I
Right.
have grown to really like the less is more thing.
Let me go to.
I do all talk on my afternoon show. It's a lot of talk.
It leaves listeners
there's-
like wanting more. Of you
Yeah,
guys,
well, especially
too.
me because I'm like on the morning show. I'm the funny guy. So I hit with my little bits and I get out and I end up being happy about that.
But in the afternoon too, it's like you get to just kind of be the young guy, the whippersnapper.
Yeah, no, the young 36-year-old whippersnapper.
Yeah, it's like
little baby, the little tiny baby, little tiny married man, 36-year-old man who's buying a home.
Yeah, we need to get the youth. Let's get somebody who's closer to 40 than 30.
But barely.
Right.
No, just over. We want him just closer to 40 than 30.
Look, I'm 33 in September. I'm barely holding up.
No,
myself.
you're holding on by a thread, but 33 is good.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
All right.
33 is nice.
Let me go to 5.
Even 36 isn't bad.
No.
39 starts to scare me.
It does it? But
37 is even going to sound a little old. I'm hitting 37 this year. I'm going to be like, whoa, 37's
How's 27?
amazing. It's the best.
I mean, yeah. 27. My God.
No cares.
The whole world's in front of you.
27.
She's 27, and she's already got a spot on Sam Roberts' show.
I thought you were going to mention WWE.
Oh, I forgot about
something
that.
we've both aspired to do always. She's already doing it at 27 years old.
Let me
I
tell
get
you.
to do both.
And-
Exactly.
I know, but obviously you went to the bigger thing she's doing, which is the Sam Roberts show.
And I'm going to tell you, first of all, there's no the. Second of all,
on Sam Roberts show.
as many people.
Sam Roberts show.
As much as I've aspired to do things with WWE, and I've done things with WWE, and I love doing things with WWE, and I will continue to. Let's be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no bigger aspiration than to look to your right and see your name, than to look at the mic flag and see
Yep.
your brand.
What
You know
does
what
it
I
say?
mean?
I'm
Sam
not
Roberts
Sam.
show, not
Sam.
Sam. It's like this
Okay,
this is about as good as it gets.
But really, can I just make an argument for devil's advocate?
Yes.
What if you had this exact same thing, but on WWE?
See, this is a big thing. You mean like if they just put Sam Roberts show on their network?
They were like, you know what we want to do? We want to house the Sam Roberts. We want to house Sam Roberts' show on WWE Network, and we're not going to tinker with it. We're not going to tell you what to do. Say whatever you want.
I mean, I guess I would do that. I would accept that offer.
You would accept that?
I would think so.
And they're like,
that sounds good.
And you know what? Then if you want, you come in and do a pre-show for pay-per-views yourself.
If that was the offer they made,
Yeah.
and they're like, also here's 7 figures. Is that what they would?
I mean, let's be honest. They don't have to go all the way to 7. Let's say they met you halfway through 6.
Honestly, they could give me $40,000 at that.
He's like,
Do
I
I
will
get-
sell my soul.
I know, do I get merch discounts?
Yeah. Sam-
What do I have a special code on www.shop.com?
Sam, the offer is $35,000. Okay, and am I paying you?
Yeah.
Or-
and who do I have to check to? I will gladly do this.
Let me go to 574. You're on Sam Roberts show here with Peter Rosenberg and Kathy Kelly.
I hope this isn't a weird drunk, but a real person.
I don't know who it is.
No, this is Shane. I'm calling back with the test for Kathy.
Kathy,
Oh.
you were put to the test.
Hey, before we get into that, Sammy, I want to say great podcast.
Which one?
But the one with the Chyna.
It's
Yes,
just
thank
Chyna,
you.
no the.
Thank you.
Just like Sam Roberts show.
And,
Yeah.
for some reason, I can see Adrian wearing those fucking Roman Reigns jeans.
Maybe.
His jeans are Roman Reigns J's.
He's got Janko. That's only because he's losing weight. That's only because those same jeans used to be very tight on his thighs.
Really? Good for you, Adrian.
He's lost quite a bit of weight.
How much you lost?
35 pounds.
Wow.
See?
Good for you.
All right, Kathy, please forgive me. All right, hey, Kathy, next time you go to Chicago, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Take Sam and Adrian with you. Drop Adrian off in Boys Town and Sam off in Cicero, and see who makes it back to you.
Shane's never funny.
Shane, listen, just tell me the test so I can move on.
Okay. The Godwins, 3 Godwins, 3 holes. Fill them.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
ridiculous.
You know what?
Goodbye, Shane.
Nope.
Did you think that was going to go there, Kathy? Kathy was
No,
expecting...
I was thinking an MFK.
Right, maybe a Mary Fuck Kill, maybe, but not 3 holes, fill 'em. Although...
3 holes, 3 Godwins.
Right.
That was, wow.
You know what? That may be a good... Whenever we have female guests, it's not too misogynistic, is it? Whenever we have female guests, we like to do a little game called 3 holes, fill 'em. With me, Peter Rosenberg, and Adrian.
I like that game.
Which one do I get?
Oh, my, you don't ever, please never play that game.
Let's go to... Actually, Peter Rosenberg, 2 holes, fill 'em.
With the Godwins?
That's right.
No.
240, you're on Sam Roberts Show.
Sam,
Yeah?
I got a pocket full of dead weight.
Who is this?
Attached to my girl like a JP.
Okay, I don't... huh?
Or the scene and turn it to a mercy.
Is this the same dude,
Yeah,
Adrian?
yeah, it was 240 before.
See how it's kind of sad?
See, I gotta say, this is the one thing I also don't miss about talk.
You don't like this?
No, I mean, well, I do.
The
but
lunatics calling?
But the lunatics, those lunatics, these specific ones, are they every day?
Yeah.
That guy calls just tough.
Yeah, most of the time when Adrian stays in there screening and I just don't pick him up. But yeah, I mean, I got lunatics on the reg. I love it.
Every single day.
Every night.
Who's the best one?
Well, it goes in waves, you find. You know what I mean? Like, you really get invested in one character, and then that character either stops calling or turns their life around or something.
Oh, that's a shame.
There's a 12... Exactly.
I mean, Sam is known for having a positive influence on people's lives.
That's right. Chris, the teacher, I've turned him around.
After you got him fired.
I did. I got him fired. Yeah, and I almost got him divorced.
Wow, good for you.
But
now he got a vasectomy. So
he got a
it's all good.
vasectomy, so he's doing really, really well for himself. All right, Rosenberg.
I think I took your show all the way to the end.
I like it. Well, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back with the list, Adrian. So I hope that's prepared. Always like it when you're here. You can follow Peter Rosenberg at Rosenberg Radio on Twitter. And you're also on Instagram and Snapchat and all that.
We didn't even talk about Chyna, not even for a minute. I'm a little disappointed by that, but I got to listen to your interview.
Yes.
Why hadn't you posted that yet?
It's on the wrestling podcast.
No, but why hadn't you posted it before then?
Well, I interviewed her the day that she did. Did you see the YouTube interview she did with Opie that X-Pac called in for? And it kind of
heard
blew
about
up?
that. Yeah.
So I did the interview with her that day, and I didn't want to release it right as that news was everywhere because it was a pretty positive interview, and I felt like it would just get lost.
Yep.
So I was like, let me sit on this. And then, things happen. I got this interview, that interview, and all of a sudden time passes. And it was weird, too, because I went back and listened to the interview before I posted it and before I played it here last night. And it is like, it's very positive. It's very kind of career retrospective.
Awesome.
And it's very much kind of the interview that you would want to remember her as opposed to one of these train wreck things. You know what I mean? So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it turned out really, really well. So yeah,
not the death part, but the interview.
The interview, yeah. I'm happy about the interview and sad about the death.
Well, that's generally how it goes.
Yeah, that kind of is.
It made me feel really bad. I was like, I didn't even think to reach out to her, and then I looked on her Twitter, and it's like she was just responding to people, and doing random wrestling crap.
Yeah.
And I was like, I probably could have easily gotten her and didn't even ever think about it.
Probably.
What's wrong? And then I'm watching her, and I'm like, dude, she's so fucking good. I really took for granted how good she was.
Well, you don't, and I was saying this, I feel like death has a tendency to reprioritize life.
Yes.
So I think that now we're able to kind of focus more on the positive stuff, whereas when she was alive, if you had just done an interview about the wrestling, people come at you and be like, you're a pussy, why didn't you bring up this, why didn't you bring up that?
When really the sensible thing would be like, let's talk about this incredible career you had.
Exactly. And you only remember that now, which is kind of the story of everyone, right?
It's just sad. And I just hate that there's this cloud over it. And for present company. I won't go into detail on it, but it's annoying that there's like a cloud over it that you always think like she'll eventually end up in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what anyone says; it will happen eventually.
I wouldn't be surprised if it happened this year. To tell you the truth.
Neither would I.
Yeah.
I mean, but but we're all gonna kind of have a pit in our stomach, like, ugh. I wish
it could have been that. But the same thing with Macho Man. It happens in wrestling.
Macho Man's a bad one too. Let's be honest about it.
It's rough.
The question is, what DX member will come out and be more important than Chyna when she's about to get inducted? Who will they have finish the show instead?
That's easy. X-Pac.
Okay. He's not in yet, right?
He's not in.
Oh my God!
It's so
Don't
perfect.
do them in the same one.
It's so perfect.
And Chyna was a great wrestler. Now, moving.
Who would induct Chyna? It's weird to have Hunter do it, even though that's the appropriate one.
That's the one, but it's never going to happen.
Right, maybe Shawn. But if Shawn does it, it really points out the elephant in the room.
No. Jericho.
Jericho would be a good one.
Because Eddie can't do it.
No, he can't. It'd be tough.
That would be tough.
Yeah, Jericho is probably a good one.
Yeah.
All right, well...
thank you for having me. Good seeing you guys.
And, of course, you wrestling fans know that Peter Rosenberg has a wrestling podcast called Cheap Heat.
Still alive.
Yes. Which, I mean...
Kicked Through the Barbershop Window by David Shoemaker, but still alive, yes.
Yeah. Was that ugly or not ugly?
Not ugly at all, but sad.
Sad.
Especially because I knew going to WrestleMania weekend that he was leaving the podcast.
You did.
Yeah,
but
no one else
anything.
did.
Yeah.
So we're out and everyone's like, we had an event and it was fucking packed and everyone's like, you guys are the best, blah, blah, blah. And the whole time I'm like, the funniest part
We're
is
breaking up.
we're breaking up. I showed up to my event and I was late because I was working stuff at Hall of Fame. And I get there and I tweeted about it like, sorry guys, I'm going to be late. I got asked to do something. So I walk into my event and the entire place starts chanting, you sold out. And it was hilarious. I look over at Dipperstein, my friend, and I look over to him and I'm like, little do they know. You think I'm selling out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, follow Rosenberg on Twitter at Rosenberg Radio. Thanks, Peter.
Later, guys.
Always fun. Thanks for watching another video from Sam Roberts Show. There's no the, and there's an apostrophe after the S. It's possessive. We upload videos every day, so make sure you, right there below, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on social media. All the links are right there. Just do it.